Hey guys, Kurt from Parade the Gospel with another unique idea of how to get the gospel out to the masses. Now, this is an idea from my friend Luke. This is something that we're going to do. So, there is a way to reach every household in your city or given area, whatever you decide to do, whatever region perhaps of your city that you want to reach. So, I'm going to show you how you do this. Now, this is a method that it does cost money. This is something that your church can probably do. Churches might be able to handle something like this. A lot of churches already use this service through the USPS. So if you go to the USPS.com website, you go to business right up here, or you could just go to the search thing right there and then type in EDDM, but we're going to find it right here. Go to business using EDDM. And then just hit this EDDM online tool. Type in your zip code or whatever area that you want to reach, and I'll talk more about this in a second. So ours for Manitowoc is 54220. So now what's going to happen, now I just discovered this before, but there's no zoom in key. Oh wait, actually there is. Okay, well the first time it didn't show up for me, but yeah, let's just zoom in a little bit. So this is Manitowoc right here. It's got the rural routes and the city routes, but we're just going to focus on the city routes. So I already know this. There's 23 routes in the city of Manitowoc. So you can highlight each one and it'll give you some additional information right up here. So let's highlight this, for example. Up here, it's Route 2. That's what that means right there. And there's 474 residential addresses on there. We're not going to worry about the businesses because that's not going to apply for what we are doing. And there's some other information up there. You can check it out yourself. But if you wanted to send something, every door direct mail, it's called. For every door, if you click on that, and over here, it's going to be $120.52 for the approximate cost. Well, total delivery addresses, I'm not sure. There is a way you can make it where it's just the residents, I believe, not counting the businesses as well. But we'll get more into that later, perhaps. So what you can do, and now a lot of churches do this. I'll get to that real quick. I mean, I've sent out stuff before or delivered stuff before. That's like political mail, for example. Everyone gets political mail. I mean, that's just common knowledge. Or something from a business, like maybe to do your windows or yard work or whatever it is. They go through a feature like this. But churches might do it sometimes for, I don't know, like a Christmas program or something of that like. So I've never seen anybody use it to get the gospel out up front. So this is unique as far as we're concerned, at least in our area. We've never seen anything like this, what we are planning on doing. So you can click on different routes. Now, what you're going to run into, though, when you get into so many of them, is that once you exceed 5,000, it's going to say that you can't do that. See right here, this thing comes up that you cannot exceed 5,000 pieces. Now, if you go through a printer, you can do that. I'm not really sure how this works. You have to just Google search for a printer around you, and there should be some information on there as far as do they work with the post office, because my friend Luke, he's working on this project with his church, him and his pastor and his church, to reach the entirety of Manitowoc, which is 15,000 plus residents. That's what we're going to do. I'll get to that in just a second. But he's working with a printer up in Green Bay, and they handle everything. So he's working on the draft. I'll show you right here. You can pause this as well. This is the draft of it's a 6x11 postcard style. So again, this is just the draft. He's going to make some minor changes to it. So you can pause that, and then here's the other side of it. But one of the changes he wants to make is on the bottom somewhere, some information if you want a free Bible or a suggestion to start reading in the book of John. I think it was one or the other, or both of them, that he wanted to change in there. But it's just a rough draft right here. So he found the printer up in Green Bay, and anyway, they're going to print everything. So they're just going to send this file to him, and they'll make everything up, and they work with the post office. They drop it off there. Everything is handled. So you just have to pay the amount. So that is our idea. Now, you can just, if your church is interested in something like this, and I think this is a fantastic idea, or if you're just interested in it, I mean, it's only like approximately $100 for a given route. So let me just select one route, just at random, whatever. Okay, so right here, that is 576 residents, and it's also counting the businesses, but it's $117.66. Actually, I think you have an option here, yeah, residential only. Let me try that once. So yeah, okay, so that then drops it down to what it should be. So residents 576, it's not going to count the businesses, 576, boom, right there. So like, yeah, if you have some spare change laying around and it just happens to be that amount, if you can print some stuff up, that's all you really have to do. And, you know, just follow the steps you continue on here through the website. But you can do something like that. And I was thinking maybe doing something like that with the exit movie flyers of sorts, with the gospel presentation on it as well, or something like that. So I'm excited about it. This idea is just really, really awesome. Now, we're still going to do the door-to-door ministry. We're still going to do all the normal evangelism that we always do otherwise. But this is just a great addition. I mean, think about it. In one day, when all the stuff is sent out, 15,000 households are going to be receiving the gospel message. There are a lot of addresses that we can't get to, like apartment buildings and all these other places that we can't really do door-to-door with. So that's one of the benefits. But I think there's such an untapped potential in here. Yeah, it does cost money, but again, if you work with your church, if your pastor can get on board with it, or if you just want to do it yourself, like $110, that's not very much to reach that many residents. I mean, one day of overtime, you know, for some people, if you work overtime, that can easily take care of that. And that's such a blessing and such a thing to praise God for. So, and you can just like highlight different sections. This is a rural route right here. Actually, that would be really awesome to get the rural people. I never thought about that. I mean, we have our own ministry reaching people out in the country, but again, you run into that problem. You can't reach every single person. But this, for instance, right here is 681, and if I click on that, that's only $130. So of course, you have to have your stuff printed up already. But yeah, that's not too bad. Even if you just do like one route, and I was thinking like I can just type in any old address in here, whatever zip code, random, and just wherever I feel led to, in some other state, some other city, whatever. So again, this is what we are working on right here. It's the rough draft. Now, we just made a fundraiser for this. I'm going to post the link down below. So if you guys, if you're wanting to contribute, I give the information on here. And I also have a video, just a short 3-minute video with more descriptive of what we're doing. But it's going to cost a bit. The churches that Luke attends is going to take care of most of the funds, but we're just trying to raise $1,500 to help alleviate the cost. Whatever we raise, that's what we get, and then we'll just figure out what we're going to do with that. We'll make it work one way or another. I'm not sure what else. There's probably a bunch of other things I wanted to say, but now I can't think of it. I really love this idea. Again, all props to my friend Luke. He's the one that came up with this idea. And it's just really awesome. Such a great way to reach everybody. And again, we're still going to do our normal evangelism, but what another additional way that we can reach people. I mean, let me just look at that. Just select something at random right there, 806 people. There's a lot of apartments in this section, and a couple of trailer parks over here in this part of Manitowoc. That's a lot of people. That's really difficult to reach otherwise. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe sometime in the future I'll have to do something like this as well. Maybe to, because there's a lot of depression going on out there, and I want to share that the exit movie where it gives the gospel in there as well. And that's something we've been actually doing a lot of door-to-door. Yesterday we went door-to-door in Two Rivers and gave out probably 400 flyers and the gospel tract attached to it. My friend Michael and Richard and I were doing that. There's been a lot of suicides in the area lately. One of the people I dropped the thing off to yesterday, they actually know from somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't give out too much information about him, but his cousin just committed suicide 2 weeks ago. Someone on my wife's side of the family committed suicide on Father's Day. And then the night of that funeral, when we get back, I find out that somebody committed suicide just 4 blocks away from where we live. So it's real. It's very sad what's going on, but we, the church, are supposed to be on the front lines, getting the gospel out. That's the most important thing. So anyway, I blabbered on long enough. Please, guys, consider this. Talk to your pastor. Talk to your churches about this. Maybe it's something that you guys can do, even if it's just like one little measly route. Again, people utilize this service often, whether it's like a political thing or a business. And like I said before, churches will sometimes use this for other things, maybe usually like some kind of invitational type thing. Hey, come to our church to watch a Christmas pageant or whatever it could be. But I think, I've never seen something like this done before. The gospel message is being sent out straight up. I think that's just a fantastic idea. Or maybe you can do something with the Exit movie or just brainstorm something. There's so many options, I think, with this. So I think that's all I have to say right now. Please check out the GoFundMe fundraiser that we are doing. If you want to contribute something like $5, $10, whatever it is, that would be swell. And we thank you for that if you are able to. If not, that's fine. If you have any questions, comment down below or email me at paradethegospel@gmail.com. And I know I've been kind of on a hiatus a little bit from posting content on this channel. Like I said, we've been still going out. Like yesterday, I'm just been busy a lot with work and other things going on, so that's why. But my computers are down. This is actually my friend's computer. I've got 2 other laptop computers, and they are both down. They keep shutting down on me for different reasons. It's very frustrating. But this is my friend's computer, just so I can work on this GoFundMe thing, which I just completed a little bit ago, but I want to make this video for your benefit. So please consider this, pray about it. Maybe there's something you can do with your church and your city where you live in, but definitely please consider this idea. It's just another option, not a replacement for anything else, just another way to reach people. Praise God for that. So thank you guys, and God bless. Talk to you soon.